Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Um, uh, Something everyone needs to work on is their people skills. And the reason I say that is it doesn't matter how little or how good your people skills are, you need to work on them constantly. And the reason I say that is I forgot. That's the first thing. I say I live in a hotel. We have many people in and out all the time. And most of the time I observe. I learn a lot by watching. And I ended up, and I don't speak the language, so I've been observing more all the time. And I've noticed I've been using my people skills less. And so, but one of the things was we have, there's not hardly any Americans down here. And so the Americans that live down here, like me, and so the Americans that come are normally missionaries, and that's what I've noticed, and I don't understand. I'm trying to, I profile all the time, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, is it because they are not travelers? They're missionaries. They've got a mission. And so they stay so focused on their mission, they only use their people skills on the people that they're supposed to be missionarying to. I guess I don't know the right way to say it, but because they don't use their people skills on me. And I find it odd, because I will say things to Americans, and just, mainly, where are you from? That's the main thing that I ask them. Where are y'all from, and and all that. But they don't go out of their way to talk. So, and I'm taking for granted they don't speak Spanish, so, because they normally use interpreters. They have interpreters with them. And so I'm thinking maybe they don't have any people skills. And they don't, seeing they're not travelers. As a traveler, you learn things as a traveler. One of the things you learn is you learn to get along with people. Because seeing you are traveling, there's no one here, there's your friend, there's nobody here that really cares about you. So you are nicer. You talk to people. You make it a point to be nice, because you're at a disadvantage. And so that's why you can really tell real good travelers. Good travelers can talk. They can talk to people. It doesn't even make any difference what language they're in. I'm taking it for granted. I can be in any place in the world, any language there is, and I can get along. So I'm just taking it for granted. There's travelers that are better than I am, and they ought to be able to do the same thing, but better. And so anyway, so I'm not sure if these missionary people are uh, in the way of the religion, their church people, and that makes me wonder. Maybe that's part of the system. They stay to themselves. Um, that's the part that, because I've talked about I'm not big on organized religion, and that might be one of the reasons why, is because seeing they stay to themselves, it comes across as well, one thing, it makes them look like a cult, and because everybody gets excited when you've got and they use religion as an excuse to stay together and don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers, and that's one of the things I know that's because one of the groups down here, they didn't realize I know English, and that's what they told them. Don't talk to anybody. And I'm thinking, how can you travel and not speak to people? How do you travel? And you travel for cultures, because you're in different cultures, and you got to learn these cultures. And how are you going to, especially on missionaries, you're there to help people. Now, how can you help people if you don't even know and understand their culture? You expect people to just blindly go into your beliefs. That's another reason why I'm kind of against organized religions. I don't really mind your beliefs. I enjoy people that have other types of beliefs. Will it sway my beliefs? Maybe, maybe not. I'm sure 40 years ago, your beliefs did sway my beliefs. But as I've mentioned before, I put my beliefs, my morals, to the test. And more than likely, whatever your beliefs are not going to affect my beliefs. At least they're going to affect it a little bit, because, like I say, my beliefs have been tested, and that's why I'm saying it's odd that they come down here and they want to push their beliefs on people instead of opening their beliefs. Now, not all missionaries are like that, because some missionaries they're just open. All they want to do is give and help. And in return, they get that satisfaction. That is what true religion is. They don't need to push their beliefs on others. They don't need to. Why? You got a good thing going. And when you have a good thing going, it will attract others. And because there is one group that I do pretty much, I used to work with them a lot. But now I pretty much don't. But I say they've changed the way they do things and stuff like that. So, and that's part of growing, I guess. Things change. But I do find it odd when these groups stay so close to one another. Now, when I travel, when I have groups come with me, and I tell them the same thing. You can talk to everybody, talk to anybody you want. Well, back in the old days, you couldn't talk. We had Americans down here that were CIA, and you didn't want to talk to them. But other than that, I tell people, talk to whoever you want to. I mean, these, and learn from what you want. Now, it's another thing when you go off with somebody. Now, that's another thing. We need to stay as a group for our own safety. But there's nothing wrong with talking to people and observing and asking questions, because that's how you learn. But you need to ask the question. That's the part that I haven't been doing. Lately, I've been observing without asking questions and assuming. And this might be part of the thing that I'm talking about with the missionaries. I'm assuming, but then again, I'm adding that to some of the stuff that I've heard them talk. I've tried to talk to them, and not all the time, but sometimes I try to talk to them, and it's you can see I'm being, pushed back. And I guess it is kind of odd when you find an American down. So they find that odd, I guess, and maybe threatening. But anyway, and it's not. I'm not saying that it has to be done like that with you. I mean, you living in your own community, you need to be able to start talking to others. Learn how to talk to others. That's people skills. Learn how to talk to people. How are you doing today? You having a good day? And learn how to do it, because it makes it a whole lot easier when you're learning a little bit at a time than when you're thrown into it. And that's what happens in a shit hit the fan situation. You are thrown into where you better have some people skills, or you're going to have even worse problems. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.